Beautifully framed. Dun, dun, dun. Oh shit! Oh, Jim's got templates.
Perfect circles. The universe. The cosmos. Inkpulp Live, y'all. Wednesday, y'all.
What's up, peoples?
Shawn Crystal, a man who has launched a Kickstarter that's kicking some ass in the cosmos. Speaking of the world, the universe.
Thank you. You know, I remember you doing yours, and I remember doing all the shows, and you kicked ass. And my Kickstarter is going really well, thanks to everyone out there. You guys are all awesome and rocking. But yeah, it's a nonstop hustle, which is
it's on your mind all the time. It's like
it is.
It's an interesting thing. I think every artist should go through one and experience it, though. I think I
agree.
Builds character, and it's exciting to just make a thing from scratch, put it out there, see what the world's reaction will be to it, see what your support system is like, and you got fully funded on day one. That's the biggest hurdle, like we were talking about.
I got fully funded in 2 hours. I hit launch and then got showered, and Mateo and I went over to the convention. So I was literally setting up at the convention when it hit its goal. And it was cool.
Yeah.
All day long, like artist friends of ours are coming by congratulating me, and other people are asking how's it going. So that was pretty cool to be. I mean, it was difficult to be at a con and then be like, oh shit, I hit my goal. I gotta like send a message to everyone and like balance everything, but it was cool.
Dude, that's the shit. That's awesome. Should we get into it?
Yeah, actually,
Kickstarter.
Yeah, Jamie. So here we are, guys. That's pounds. I think that's 15. I know it's over 15,000, which is 300% of the goal. So we're doing great. This is day 3 of the campaign, and I'm pretty blown away. Look at 250 books sold. That's pretty fucking crazy. Like when I start thinking about that way. But the campaign's going great. And for you guys, I've tried to make this clear, but I never know, like with newsletters and social media, how many of you are seeing stuff. I have a link that is for the Inkpulp community only. You can, that thing that says 10% off, that Inkpulp community VIP discount, nobody can see that. It's not public. You have to use the link that is provided in the description of this show. It's on the Discord, it's on the Patreon, it's in my newsletter, but that is for the Inkpulp community. You basically get $10 off the book. So if you're gonna buy a copy, use the VIP Inkpulp community discount. It's my thank you to you guys for just being so awesome. And today's a special day.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
You know why it's a special day, Jim?
Because Brett Bean's here.
I mean, Brett makes everything special, but on top of that, Jim, it's our 1-year anniversary.
Oh shit, that's right. It's our Muppet show. It's the 1 year. I forgot the promo commercial, which I literally, should I just break kayfabe and say we were texting this weekend. I'm like, dude, we didn't record a commercial for the, and you're like, no, we recorded one like 2 weeks ago. I was like,
but to be fair, when you said that, right. I was like, when you said that earlier that day, I had the same panic and went into Mondays. I was like, oh, we did record it. Okay.
There's too much going on, but you're right. It's the 1 year anniversary. I have a coffee laced with pure Scotch, Shawn, in celebration.
Oh, wow. Look at you go.
Not really.
But yeah, can you believe it? This show is 1 year old. Like it's only a year, and we've got this massive community like who loves this. What's up, Eric?
Been rocking it. Canetti in the chat. All these beautiful people in the chat. Steve Coffin, Tim Evans, Scott Brown. Thank you all for joining us. Oh, and Adam Archer, I got that incredible PDF you sent me of your new book. It looks incredible. Should we show some of that off next show? I didn't know if I should show it off this show, so I didn't send
I mean, we have time. You can show it
Jamie
off.
But let's do it for next show because we're already
Yeah. Next
but Adam,
show
give me the yay or nay on us showing some of the stuff you sent me.
Yeah, and next show is just me and you, Jim. So that'll be good. We can
Perfect.
add it with some of that shit. That sounds great. But yeah, congrats, Jim. 1 year, we've done it. We're just getting started, people.
I'm having fun. Jamie still hasn't. Jamie still likes us. I guess he hasn't left.
Well, by the end of the show, that might change, because if I break into my Scottish accent and then Brett breaks into his Scottish accent, it could be.
To be fair, it was you guys that didn't like me this week. I made a mistake. I nearly lost my job this week. That was a close one.
Oh, right.
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 Jamie, you're on probation. So
I'm trying to be better, guys.
You know what your punishment's going to be there.
No, I don't. I don't, Shawn. I don't want to hear.
Don't allow this.
In fact, we just
don't.
All right, Jim.
Oh shit! That's right. You have the power.
Oh no!
You
Jamie,
have the
you're
power.
on probation. You can't have that level of power.
Just you watch it, Shawn. Just you watch it.
Jamie, am I on thin ice?
So, Jim, anything to promote this week, or what are we doing?
So, my big show tonight with Brett Bean, and then I've got some stuff to promote. Let's get into it, y'all. Defective Comics presents the Arachnid Enforcer, 341 followers. Please sign up for the pre-launch. Link in the description of the video, right, Jamie? Or can you link in the chat as well? Currently working on this bad boy right now. I've got page 1 done. Can we show that?
Yeah,
page one is officially. I did the gray tones on this today.
Oh my God.
So that's our boy flying through the air, getting into action. You start your superhero books off with a splash page, and then you go to the double page spread like Jack Kirby style. That's what I did with Savage Street Vigilante.
Awesome.
That's how this book is starting, with an action scene. So I'm already having a blast. I think it's going to be fucking awesome. Please sign up for the pre-launch for October launch on this. And wanted to promo my buddy Wayshack, Jonathan Wayshack, one of the best artists out there right now.
Definitely,
he has a new book coming out through Bad Idea called Cul-de-sac. I'm doing covers for this whole series. So this is my issue 1 cover. And guys, you have till June 30th, final order cutoff on this. Go to your local comic shop, have them order a copy for you. Get my cover, get Wayshack's cover. His cover's incredible. But support this book. The interiors of this book, I've seen the first 2 issues. It's incredible. You guys are going to love this comic book. First issue out in August.
And Jim's doing killer covers for this. I've been seeing them as he's doing them.
Oh, and Shawn, thank you for consulting me yesterday on the 2nd issue. I sent you you helped me with color. You helped me with a couple color decisions.
That was a great cover, man. That was a fucking great cover.
Thank you, dude.
I don't know why you listened to me, but yeah, that was a great cover.
Well, it was just that one decision I needed to make between the 2 versions.
I mean, you nailed it. You nailed it. This right here is Wes Craig's new creator-owned comic. He's writing it. I forget who's drawing it, but it's a superhero book, and the superhero gets his power from LSD.
Yes.
So it's that right there has me like, I'm in. This is going to be wild. But Jamie, scroll down because the visuals are really nice.
It's Kevin Castellanero.
Yes.
Is that pronouncing it right?
There's Wes's cover.
We're huge Wes Craig fans here. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's super nice too.
Yeah, good dude.
Yeah. Look, I love it when the guy right here, he takes the acid tab at the bottom of the thing. There we go. Boom. And then watch this. Dude, that's a book I gotta read.
Yeah, I need to order this after the stream is up.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, this is dope. Wes is amazing, great writer, great storyteller. Deadly Class, Kaya. You guys know his stuff. He's amazing.
Yeah, Wes is great.
Oh, Lethal's doing this. He's doing
Lethal's doing the Kickstarter. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so our buddy Andy and Carl, their company is jamming on this book. In fact, Andy asked me last week if we wanted to cross promote on our shows. I said I'm already planning on promoting the Thunderhead book. So
yes, and I'm sure you guys know it, but Lethal Comics has a YouTube channel, and Andy Belanger and Carl Kerschel are doing kind of a cartoonist kayfabe style thing where they sit around at a bar in their studio and drink coffee and look at old comic books. It's awesome.
Dude, I really like that show. I was just listening to the Barbarian episode right before we went live here.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I really enjoy their show, and I think they bring something nice to the table.
Those guys are great.
Yeah, you guys would honestly, I think our community would really enjoy it. It's right up their alley. It's all about the craft and the art of these comics and these artists. It's dope. Is there anything else we need to show, Jamie, or talk about?
I don't think so. I think that's. Oh wait, you had some sketches to show. I don't know if you want to show them now.
Oh yeah, guys. So actually, first pull up that commission. So one of our community members got a painted Spider-Man commission, and requested. If you look in the billboards of Times Square, they requested the Inkpulp be on one of the billboards. So you can see the little logo back there, right under Spidey's right foot. It's just so cool to see. Like,
it's badass.
People want this, and people know what it is. It's awesome. And it's a beautiful commission. Really well done. Nice piece of work.
Yeah, I love it.
And then I just got back from Fan Expo Dallas, and I had a good time with Mateo. But I did some commissions that have been fun. There's this Batman Dark Knight commission I got.
This is such a sick piece, by the way.
Nice, man.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. And I'm using those stamps a lot. They're hard to see on these pictures, though. I got a great Iron Fist.
Yes.
On there. I love Iron Fist. And I got a Battle Beast. I was honestly like, this guy came up and got a Battle Beast from me and a Battle Beast from Mateo, and I was like, oh no. And of course Mateo jumped right into it.
Yeah.
And while I was working on some others, Mateo finished, and then I saw what he did. I was like, oh dude, I can't. This is gonna suck. Like, I can't compete with that. I can't even hold a torch next to it. But in the end, I felt better about what I did. It wasn't nearly what Mateo did, but it came out pretty good.
Yeah, you rocked
and
it.
Then probably my favorite commission of the weekend. Thank you. Someone wanted an MF Doom, not a Dr. Doom, an MF Doom on the FF blank. So I threw this together. I poured a lot of love in this, had a lot of fun with it. And I drew his hat, and I was like, I want to put something really dope on the hat. And I was like, oh, KMD, for those who know.
Black Bastards.
Hell yeah. I almost did the Black
That's not a racial slur, folks. That's the name of an album. That's not a racial slur.
That's the name of their last album. But I almost put the cartoon character from the cover, and I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Oh, right.
The blackface cartoon character, I couldn't do it. So I just put KMD. So
dude, that's so sick. I love that.
That was, thank you. And the whole time I'm drawing, I'm like, I need to know if Jim approves.
I love it.
KMD was MF Doom's first rap band. Before he was MF Doom, he was Zev Love X.
Yes. So good, man. It's weird that people still want blank sketch commissions, though, because I don't like drawing on those blank sketches.
I hate it. But
the paper is shit, but people love them. People just
still love them.
I don't get it, but I'm not. I don't know.
People still love it a lot. Yeah, I don't get it either. But I spent the weekend at Fan Expo with Mateo. We launched our Kickstarter, and the past two shows I've done, I've ended up hanging out with this artist who I really love their work, love their resume, and getting to know him has been an even better treat. And that's our buddy Brett Bean. Let's bring him into the mix.
Brett Bean in the house. There he is. Look at him, the excitement, the enthusiasm.
I can't believe I got nice words.
Brett, how sick are you of Shawn? How sick are we?
On a scale, this has got to be a sliding scale because it happens every convention. So it goes up and then down. It's the same as my kids.
but at first,
that means there's love there. There's love there. Then
there's so much love there.
Yeah.
And then it's like I want to bury him in the backyard for a bit, and then
for what am I, a bone? Yeah, Brett likes me on day one, and then by the Saturday night dinner, I think he's done.
He's like a blank cover for Jim. He's like, it's okay, I guess. It's shit, and the papers. All right.
It's kind of irritating. I don't know. Yeah.
We ate some good food though. We did.
Yeah, we did.
Eat some good food.
That goes without saying.
The barbecue joint we went to was insane. It was absolutely some of the best barbecue I've ever had.
Oh yeah, Texas barbecue, shit.
Yeah, so this Texas barbecue was a Tex-Mex Texas barbecue.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was legit. It was legit. But
Dude,
yeah, we had a good show. I'll tell you. So a few things. I saw that Stylish Nerd is in the house. We met him and his girlfriend, and they're awesome people. Stylish Nerd was gawking over this Nightwing piece that Mateo did as a commission for someone, but did it the wrong size, so started over.
Oh, he was telling us about that. Yeah.
Right. So Stylish Nerd was like gawking over it because it's just available for sale. And he wanted it. And so him and his girlfriend were looking at it, and then they walked away, and she like snuck back and she asked him how much it was. And then she walked away. So that night, Mateo's like, I think she might buy it for him. I was like, yeah, I think you're right. So the next day she came in, like we were doing our Inkpulp photo, like for the fans with us.
Oh, sure.
And she came by in the morning. She's like, look, I'm gonna pay for it now, but give it to him at the photo. So we did.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was super cool to be a part of that. They're good people. Good to meet them. And I'll tell you what else I realized about Fan Expo. I would say it's the quietest show this Dallas show is the quietest show I've done in terms of podcast community turnout. Because New York is crazy. We're just constantly getting hit with like fans and people watching the show, and it was much quieter. And like even Planet, like I blew through those giveaways on day 2, I think.
Yes,
but I didn't blow.
Quick.
Yeah, but it didn't this weekend, and I realized this, and this is kind of what makes our community awesome. Our community is not a Fan Expo community. They're more into like comics and comics and not like celebrity shit. And so for a minute I was like, is our show just fading? But I was like, oh no, we've just tapped into a much cooler audience.
Inkpulp, it's already over. Oh no. Oh shit.
Yeah, but that was cool to see. That was very cool to see.
So okay, well that makes me want to segue into a whole other conversation, but I also want to talk to Brett. So, because the conversation would then be, well, for people that don't know, what's the difference between the different conventions? But instead of going into that direction, let's hang out and have fun and not talk, politics or whatever.
Yeah, agreed. And Brett, let's talk about your resume a little bit too.
All right.
I mean, we didn't just choose Muppets for any. I mean, we love Muppets. I have much love for the Muppets, but
I love the
more
Muppets.
To it. Us just choosing the Muppets.
Okay, everyone's got their page down. I'm going down, right? Yeah?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Can you see that? Is that good?
We can see it, but it's upside down.
It's upside down.
It is. Oh, we got a $1.99 super chat from Stylish Nerd. He says, Shawn, I love all the stickers I got from you.
Oh,
thanks, man.
Yeah, Brett got one. I mean, Stylish Nerd got one of those cool free packs. So thank you.
Upside down, huh?
What's up, Dave?
Oh, is there a way to reverse the camera or?
I don't know.
I don't know. Jamie's causing trouble already.
All right, Shawn. Catching strays.
Is that better? Can you see that?
Yeah,
it's still
fine,
upside
bro.
down. It'll do.
It's still upside down?
It's going to correct itself no matter what you do. It's okay, though. You can turn it around every now and then to show us. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, in fact, Jamie, let me have the screen. I bought this piece from Brett at the show. This is a sick Sick piece.
It's
of
so
art.
good. So good.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was blown away. I bought 2 pieces from him and gave one to Mateo.
Fantastic,
and then,
man.
I want to show you guys this because I'm all about craft and instruction. This book it's Brett's how to draw book, basically. And it is phenomenal, full of amazing information, but also full of personality. Most people just like shade a ball, but no, he adds a cute little face. But there's some
Yes.
really great information in here for beginners and experienced artists alike.
Dude, that
Beautiful
is awesome.
drawing. Yeah, I mean, look at the shape, language stuff. Like, it's incredible.
Is that self-published?
No, 3D Total in Europe.
Oh shit. Okay, cool, man.
Yeah. So they asked me to do it, and I had to do 10 pages every 7 days to stay on task, and that was when we moved back from Portugal. So I was doing it like in the airport. I was doing it at my brother's house because we hadn't had the house yet. It was crazy.
Oh damn. That's
Dude,
a lot.
Look at how
man.
many different shapes he was getting with the skull, and then he puts them on like people to show you what that skull would look like.
Oh yeah.
This is a great book.
That's
Highly recommend it.
beautiful.
Brett, is this available on your website or is this like an Amazon purchase?
You can do any of that. The website, it'll come signed, or you can get it on Amazon, any major retailer. I have them at the conventions too, so you can always find me there too. So,
Brett, do you do a lot of shows? Are you active with traveling and getting out there a lot?
Yeah, especially since I got back, I've ramped up. I've got my own project with Image coming out hopefully by the end of the year. So I've
Yes.
sort of like really ramped into that sort of like get there and get seen, and don't forget me just because I'm not on that other project anymore, people. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. What are you allowed to, are you talking about your new creator-owned book, or is it too
early?
Early? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Image kind of just said like let's wait until we get a schedule and then we'll do a big announcement and stuff. So
yes.
So
Are
I
you
can talk about Muppets and all that kind of stuff.
We're gonna have Brett on the podcast around the time of the announcement.
Oh,
Yes.
perfect. Okay, cool. But can you say, Brett, you are writing and drawing this, correct?
I am writing and drawing it, yes.
Okay.
And it's all the team. It's the team from Fairyland. So it's actually the Jean-Francois Boulot is coloring it right now, and Nate Picos is doing the design and lettering and working with me with the layouts and stuff. So
that's a killer team.
Yeah.
That's perfect, man. That's awesome. Yeah, Shawn, his colors are crazy.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's amazing.
And he's a real professional too. Like he's just a solid dude, you know. He gets it done and on time, and he's a good person. It's like it's a triple threat right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Where is he? Where is he? Is he in? He's in Europe, correct?
He's in Canada.
I think he's he's Canadian. He's one of those guys.
He's in a very remote part of Canada.
Like a little village or something, or
Well, I mean, it's not like
let's go with that because I think it sounds better.
It sounds cool. Yeah, yeah. But that's a good way to get work done, is if you're just in a remote area and it's just you and your family and you're just chilling, and it's like, well, I guess I'll just color comic book pages.
Yeah, exactly. Brett, talk to us about your history with Muppets.
Okay. My history with
Muppets. With Jim Henson, not just Muppets, but Jim Henson's world.
Just before we get into that, guys, sorry, we got a $10 super chat there from Adam Archer saying Brett's Fairyland was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. That's awesome.
It's the only reason I'm on the show, to get compliments. So I got introduced. Well, of course, as a kid, I remember the day that of the funeral and everything. So I've been following Jim in the studio since I was a child. But professionally, like I never thought I would have that opportunity. And I went on a tour, and I happened to bring my first art book that I had made self-published at the cons, and I brought it with me just in case. And I walked around on tour, seeing everything. And then I heard wind of Pete Brook, who was the art director over there. And I just said, "Hey, my name is Brett Bean. Here's my book." And I gave it to him. And oh, okay, and he just kind of goes away. And he told me after so many jobs together, he's like, "Brett, do you know why I hired you?" It's like, there are so many people giving me books and all that kind of stuff. He's like, "You had one page in there where you had taken a sponge and you had sponged out a bunch of shapes and then made little characters out of them. And it was the only book that showed a sense of wonder and style, but also a different approach to character design compared to everything else that I had seen." And
That's
that was it.
awesome.
Like, that's what got me that job. And I do about 12 to 14 jobs a year with them to this day.
Damn,
and
man.
that was the one. That's the one that did it. So it was a really cool opportunity. And then, also to kind of be friends with these people and, countless projects. It's pretty fun.
So,
That's
can you
fantastic.
name some of the projects, Brett?
Sure. So I worked on Dark Crystal for a hot minute. I'm the only person who technically got laid off from that job because I was character designing on it, and it was before Brian Froud heard about it. And once he heard that somebody else was designing characters for Dark Crystal, there's like, he shut that down faster than anything. And it was funny because Henson thought there was going to be a big problem with me, and it's like, "Oh no, we're going to have to get HR." And they contacted me, and I said, "If anybody has the right to tell me, no, I'm not working on that project because it's the co-owner of that entire property." So I just set aside and said, I have a cool story. I got laid off from Dark Crystal because I wasn't the creator of it. And I was like, I respect that. I'd want that same respect back if I created a property, and I'd want to come back to it and do it myself. So it was a fun project to touch on. I've touched on Fraggle Rock. I worked on that for a little bit. The new season on Apple Plus. Let's see. There's a band called the Abbott Brothers, and I just finished 3 puppet designs for them on tour right now. And
Nice.
that was done by the Creature Shop. And then I don't know if you've heard of Ben Rector. I also created Joy, who was all over his albums and his CDs and his music videos, and I went on tour with him, and he marketed the crap out of that one. And I did the design for Joy and him as well. So
is that the shirt you were wearing earlier?
Yeah, it is. It is the shirt I'm wearing. I wore that just for this occasion. So
okay.
Yeah, and then on top of that, not to make it all about me.
No, dude.
That's why
we want to hear these things. Like,
yeah, that's why
I want to know.
Let's see. That just totally broke my entire train of thought. Crap.
Henson getting fired.
Thank you.
And the whole point of that was you were saying the things that you had done with the company, starting with, kind of like dabbling with Dark Crystal and.
Yes, I'm the only one who has designed Jim Henson as a puppet besides Jim Henson.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow. And what was that for?
Shit.
That was for Disney, and they had made a Jim Henson puppet, and they needed a new one that wasn't the one created by Jim, and I got to do that.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
Now, Brett, when you worked on Dark Crystal, I assume that's the Netflix series?
Yeah, I'm a little too young for the original.
I mean, I know this. I'm clearing it up for the audience in case they're wondering.
Yes.
I'm
not that old yet, you son of a gun.
But the Fraggles. So you have actual Fraggles that you designed that are on the new Apple TV show?
Yes.
That's badass.
That's fucking incredible.
Yeah, it was really cool to work. But the thing is, so in production like that, you're working as such a part of the team that it's hard to lay ownership to anything when you're working in such production like that. Even in animation, you tend not to, at least I don't, because I know there's so many other people who have good ideas that kind of bring something to the table. I always say it's a group effort that sort of makes all these designs. And the puppeteer and the person who actually fabricates the puppet is going to make some changes, so it works 3D. So it's this really cool synergistic collection of people and talent that sort of makes it, and it's really awesome to just be a part of that. But I will never claim that it was my design or my thing that did
right.
it,
I got you. But just the fact you got to work on Fraggle Rock is incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
That's a dream come true for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that one. You know that Jenny McCarthy? No, Melissa McCarthy. Sorry, not Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah.
That Muppet puppet movie, that really dark, dirty one. That
Oh,
came out,
I didn't see it, but yes.
So I did designs on that. I worked with Brian Henson. That was the craziest one, is to actually have Hoggle speak to you and give you direction. It's the weirdest feeling in the world to like, you're Hoggle from Labyrinth. Why are you making that voice to me? And that's just his voice.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
That's amazing, man.
That one and Joel Hodgson. That was another one that was from MST3K. I worked with him.
Oh yeah, he's
hearing the voice of somebody that you've grown up with and like revere and go, they said my name.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
What happened with that weird Muppet movie with Melissa? That thing you're talking about, that kind of came and went, right? Like it wasn't.
It did. The script was so good. Like I read it and I laughed out loud, and I told my wife, I said, like, this could be really good. You get Melissa in there, like this can be it. And unfortunately, the way that Hollywood sometimes goes is what they filmed and what they decided to edit in was all the stuff that I thought was just mildly okay. And it just wasn't the same movie that I remember reading, which happens so often in Hollywood.
Right.
Like I would say 90% of the stuff I make, just doesn't end up as anything. So
yeah, it's well, there's too many cooks in the kitchen, right? There's too many people that suddenly some weird executive who might not have any taste whatsoever is making a creative call, and now your work is being compromised or whatever.
Or even a test audience, like who knows, I might have something in the new Naked Gun movie, or I might not. I don't know. And that's because you don't know if that gets cut out, or there's not time, and they're like, hey, we need to cut 5 minutes, and they go, this joke doesn't land, and all of a sudden you're on the cutting room floor. And it happens to actors, it happens to everybody, and it's just kind of just part of it.
Yep. And did you were you in LA for a bit, Brett?
Yeah, so I still live here.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, so I've been here for a bit.
Are you still going? Do you have to go to like the actual studios for meetings, or is everything just Zoom now?
Everything's just Zoom. With Henson, I try to go by and just have lunch with the team because I really like them and we're friends. So it's also good. Like you go in there and they have a wall of my art, and that's like an ego hit. Like none other is.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, I'd imagine, yeah.
And then you open up these big double doors, and there's people in there working on puppets, and they're doing things, and you just nerd out on all the stuff they do. So it's just awesome. It's just awesome seeing all their stuff. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I definitely nerd out on their vibe. They're all really nice people, and I can't say enough nice things. Like they're anytime they've ever called, I told them it's always an open door. So even if I'm busy, I will find a way to fit whatever project you have in, because you're my people. And so it's really nice that there's this synergy between the New York and LA. So I work with both of them. There's two different groups. and they know that when they call up Brett, it's going to be a yes, and I'll figure it out.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm jealous. That's amazing. And oh, you drawn Fozzie? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's Fozzie Bear
yeah.
doing bad stand-up, like just years of abuse and doing stand-up.
Dude, that is incredible. Oh man,
Badass.
that is really incredible.
That gesture,
Brett,
that's fantastic.
I know the expression. It's like you found a way to be totally you while it still looks like it could be a Muppet.
Thanks.
And Brett, what do you ink with? Because you have such a good like brush line with a lot of bounce and life to it. Is that a Tombow? Is that one of the
This
Tombos?
is the Zebra. This is
Zebra,
the Zebra,
okay.
And I think it's the Ultra Fine. But the Ultra Fine has this really nice tip. Like I go through them like nobody's business. Like I got so many to throw away.
Right.
But you can really squash it too. So I really get like the really thick to thin is really nice on these, especially in the first, five major 11x17 drawings.
Right.
And then they become my like regular art pens and stuff. And I open up a new one for like the more work I do.
Do you ever, because sometimes your lines are really fat. Is that from building?
No, I'll use the Pentel pocket brush.
Ah, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good tool.
So if it's a lot of hair or if it's a lot of like swoopy lines, I'll use this and then I'll tighten up with this. And the only other one I use is the microns every once in a while if I want like that triple layer of, big to small and have like 3 different things to look at.
Right.
Yeah.
So Brett, when you were a kid, were you more of a cartoon kid or were you a comic book kid or were you both? Like where did your original inspiration?
Okay. I was definitely I was a comic book kid and actually comic strips like Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh yeah.
I read all that kind of stuff. I got talked out of it by my parents and by adults and actually a couple of really bitter comic book people into not doing it for a living. And so
right.
So I followed animation and video games. I started out as a 3D environment artist making video games.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I got my start. And I was just like, okay, well, everybody knows better than I do. I came from that household where it's like, you don't have an opinion, just listen to everybody else because they're smarter than you. And, until you have your own voice, you kind of believe it because that's what you're supposed to do. And then I found comics and went, oh my gosh, I did my Kickstarter years ago to prove to myself, is comics the thing I want to do? And then I found out like, oh my God, I never want to go back, even though it's like 5 times the amount of work. I love every moment of comics. I like every problem solving thing. Every aspect of it is fun and I'm engaged in it all the time. So yeah, I asked my wife years ago, I was like, sweetheart, can I quit and restart my career and make less money and do comics for a living? And she said yes.
That's awesome.
Wow. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, at least
Sorry
you
to
were.
interrupt, guys. We got a £5 super chat from Joe Dent. He said, yo, Jim, my food, do you use the parallel pen almost exclusively these days? It really suits your style and your characters look really attractive.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, it's my primary inking tool. And then I'll also throw in microns for smaller detail or, like you see, I'm using this, High McKee black brush just for, the big fill-ins on, black areas on this piece. But yeah, I'm a disciple of the parallel pen at this point. It's like, it's my go-to.
A disciple. I love that.
I love it. It does what I need it to do. It does my bidding for me.
I'm using it more and more and more these days.
Yeah.
Mine does not do my bidding. I can't wait for it to do my bidding, but right now I fight every moment of it.
Oh, you've tried it?
Yeah, I like them, and I can't wait, but my hand has not figured it out yet, where I just go, damn it.
Yeah. It's a tricky tool if you're just picking it up. It's an odd Cool, but man, it took me a year or so to really kind of figure out like what I could do with it, and then I realized if you get it down, you can sort of do almost anything you want with it, which is pretty crazy. You know, I have magic powers over it now, Brett. I can control the pen.
Nice.
You know, I can create some sinister witchcraft with it, and it's good. It's happening.
Can't wait to
I enjoy
join
it a lot.
the Church of Mahfood and just like.
Brett,
yeah.
Can you talk about your art education and influences on your cartooning? Because you're like, I love a good cartoonist more than just about anything, and you are definitely one of the best out there.
Oh, that is too kind. I don't even know what to do with that information. I mean, that is,
all right. Well, anyways,
that is too nice.
Well, just
pull
talk
it back
about
a little
then.
bit. This is some bullshit. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I
no, talk about your influences in your education then. That's what I want to know.
So I really was, I went to a 3D animation school called DigiPen in Redmond, Washington. And I paid my own way to go to the school, and I was older than all the other students. So I didn't get into it until I was like 25, 26. And everybody else was like fresh out, you know, 18-year-old kids and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm paying my own rent and I'm doing everything. Oh, okay, we're in a different situation, guys. I was working as a barista in the morning and then going to school all day and night, and it was a nightmare. But it got my foot in the door with Sony, and so I was making siphon filter games in Bend, Oregon. And then they wanted me to stay on, but only part-time. And then another Sony studio in Seattle asked me for full-time employment. And so I went there and I made SOCOM Navy SEAL games. And then what broke me is they had me do a level where I had to design and create a bunch of dead bodies in a swimming pool. And I asked them if somebody else could do it, and my boss said, that's your assignment, it's yours. And I went upstairs to my wife. I went downstairs, newly married. This is way back in the day, newly married by 2 weeks. She was in Japan for a trade show. I went downstairs from the office, and I called her up in Japan, and I said, can I quit and restart and have us move to LA? And she's like, do it. And I went upstairs and I quit, and they offered me $10,000 more to stay on and a bonus. I didn't tell her that part until
That's
much
a
later.
Smart man.
And I said, no, I'm out of here. And within 2 weeks, we had packed up, you know, the U-Haul, and we were out the door. And I went to Noman School of Visual Effects to learn how to do character design and concept art, since I had not done anything. And so it was at Christmas time, and I had no plan, right? We just moved, and I didn't plan it all through. So I had to get a job at GameStop, and I was actually selling my own games at that Christmas. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
that's wild.
Like, and everybody would like say like, oh, I want to get this game. Like, hey, you know, I was a designer in this. I was a level designer, and I did, you know, the props in this game. No, you did. No. I couldn't think of anybody to, because, you know, like why would I make this decision? It was, and you really go through that like really panic of like, boy, I made it to where most people want to be, and I left it behind. Did I make a mistake? And, you know, all that stuff that goes through your mind when you do that kind of stuff.
Right,
sure.
But that's, you know, and then you kind of travel from job to job, and then, you know, you meet the right people, and you kind of just putting yourself out there, and then one thing leads to the next. And so that's how I ended up, you know, traveling with you fine folk, is, you know, just doing the part.
Wild, man. Yeah, it's interesting because everyone I know has such a unique career story. Like no two stories are the same with any of our friends or
Oh, of course not. No.
Contemporaries or whatever. You know, it's like everyone has just a completely different breaking in story, or you can't really plan this. You sort of just fall into things sometimes.
Yeah, and you can't replicate what one person did to make it work for you.
Right.
Yeah, you kind of have to do that whole just be prepared, the practice and the preparation plus the timing. That's where that synergy comes in.
Yeah.
So you just got to be ready for it.
It's no joke.
And with comic stuff, man, what were your first comic gigs as like a freelancer?
Oh, I'm a deep end guy, man. That was it, Scott. That's the first project I ever worked on.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to ask that, and then I didn't want to ask that, and then you'd be like, "Hey, asshole, I worked on a bunch of comics."
Yeah, that sounds like me. Hey, asshole. I go through the whole school of like, I'm the only one who should kind of know who I am. Other than that, it's like, it's just gravy if somebody else goes, oh, I know who Prepping is. I'm like shocked and surprised. So yeah, that was it. I did my own Kickstarter to kind of prove it. And then I had started to develop my own story. And that's when, Scotty contacted me and I was like, well, I'm moving to Portugal. Let's do this thing. And then, kind of how it worked.
That's
and
awesome.
You did how many issues of I Hate Fairyland?
20.
That's a lot.
Dude, that is a solid
I thought it was
run.
I thought it was just going to be like 5 and he was going to get tired of me and go like, oh, you suck. You're not very good at this. And I was like, oh, okay, we just got to keep going. And then eventually it just kind of came to the point where it's like, I got to try this project I was going to do on my own, which I put on hold, became 2.5 years later to do Fairyland.
Right.
And then it got to that point where it's like, okay, I have to choose to at least try and fail upwards, then just continue on the safe path. So.
Oh, we are all in tune with that here at Inkpulp.
Yeah.
We have all kind of done that. So you gave up a paying gig to bet on yourself, basically.
Yes.
And
That's
now
awesome.
you're having to figure out how to survive while you build it, correct?
Luckily, I have a couple projects already I'm working on as well. I'm one of those people that always has 3 or 4 things. So like,
dude, that's smart. That's super
I've got
smart.
my own book series for kids with Penguin Random House. I'm just finishing book 2 now.
Nice.
Oh,
I just started with Vault Comics on a new project that's not announced yet.
Oh, great, man.
Yeah, I'm doing covers for Street Fighter Darksiders, their new series coming out. So I've got an exclusive cover I get to do just for myself, and then one cover for them. And then I do one joke page interior. So I'm doing like little jokes based off of the story. And then I do Marvel Snap illustrations. So I've got quite a few things I'm sort of messing around with.
How long have you been doing Marvel Snap?
I would say for about a year.
Yeah, I've been, I guess I've been working with them for a few years now.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Hey, Brett, I've been doing some stuff with Vault recently, some cover work as well, and I enjoy working with them. It's been
they're
cool.
good people. The guys at the top seem like really enthusiastic and love comics, and so it's it's a nice groovy thing. So I like it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah. Well, it's smart that you have different things going. That's a good game plan as a freelancer. That's a smart way to sort of guarantee. Yeah.
Because I'll knock on wood right now. I've not had to look for a job for about 10 years now. It's all been word of mouth and people coming to me. So I take that both very serious that that I meet my deadlines and hopefully I'm not a jerk. And I always tell my students like those 2 things. If you can do those 2 things and help solve a problem instead of be a problem, they'll call you back. You know what I mean? People will find you out again.
Yes. We've said that several times on the show of like, you got to make deadlines and don't be a dickhead. Like no one wants to deal people don't have time. So if you show any sign of being problematic, people will drop you and just move on to the next person, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot of us out here looking for jobs, so it's not like
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, before, you know, I did want to give you props on the work on Fairyland is spectacular. And,
thank you.
You know, that book suits your style perfectly. So it's weird because with Fairyland, you almost have like, I always associate Hellboy with, it's such a Mignola character. I feel like Mignola is still the best artist of Hellboy. And I felt that way for a while with Scotty's creations and Gert and Fairyland in particular. And then when I saw you working on the book, I was like, oh, well, shit. Okay, this guy is channeling that cartoonish energy that needs to happen to pull this book off and to make this world really sing, you know? And I think you did that really well, man.
Well,
Great job.
I appreciate it. It was very big shoes to fill.
Yes.
You know, even to this day, a lot of people, and you know, they say like, "Oh, you draw just like Scotty." I'm like, "Well, we were both raised on the same stuff." It's like I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing it way before I knew who Scotty Young was.
Yes. Yeah.
But we fit right in line with the same sensibilities and like that Ren and Stimpy, like grown up on Calvin and Hobbes and Ren and Stimpy and all that kind of stuff. So it was a really easy fit, but I'm glad I didn't really know the fervorishness of his fans because I think I would have been a lot more scared and nervous had I known.
Right.
His devoted fan base would have kind of like thrown me for a loop right off the bat. So I'm glad I was ignorant a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. But they were, I mean,
I totally get that.
They were, I'm assuming they were cool to you. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I mean, I think I had to prove to them, and I think I did. But again, it's like anybody. It's like, oh no, nobody can draw this, but Scotty, and this is his thing, and it's like, and I get that. And I also kind of feel, you know, I kind of told Derek, who's doing the next run, is like, yeah, you're probably going to get like one or two snarky comments that you're not Scotty and not Brett because you're third in line, and then you just kind of roll with it and make it yours, and you'll figure it out as you go, you know. And so I did, and yeah, so it's cool. Scotty's a good guy too, so he makes it easy to work with and sort of figure out and, you know, make mistakes. And then he starts to trust you, and so you can write your own, you can draw your own jokes, and then he writes to that. So it's this very back and forth, nice little thing going on. So,
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because when you're working on a creator-owned book with someone, you want to, even though he created it, you want to feel like you have your voice and you have your input, and you know, you guys get to build things together. Like that's what makes it fun, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so it was good.
I'm excited.
Sorry if I was quiet. I just had a pen explode. I'm all good.
Oh now. Shit! Is there a situation?
Explode. There was. I fixed it. I basically ran out of ink in my parallel pen, and instead of going the easy route and getting my Rapidograph Ultra Draw ink out, I tried to fill it from the inkwell that I've been dipping my brush in, and that was a mistake.
Oh,
and I know better. But yet I have to take a risk.
What are you, a rookie over there? What's going on?
Now you can see the results of my mishap.
Oh damn!
It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good. We're back in it. It's just part of being a cartoonist, man.
Yeah. So you guys got a chance to hang out in Dallas and get those meals in, get the grub going?
Yeah, we had a good time in Dallas. Brett came out to dinner on Friday and Saturday night. Is that right, Brett?
Yeah. It was fun. It was good to hang out with you guys. And Shawn's a really cool guy. I mean, I know I kind of gave him a bad time at the very beginning, but he's a super nice guy. You know?
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
We would be lost without Shawn at conventions because he does all the hard work of finding the restaurants, booking the reservations. He's the mother and father of the group. He's like the leader, the den leader. of our lost
we're fucked.
Boy Scouts crew.
Well, Brett and I had what was nice was Chicago. I mean, we had talked online, but never really met in person. I think we met once briefly before that. But in Chicago, we realized we were at the same hotel, so we just got breakfast together every day, and that's how we got to know each other. And we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a really nice. Didn't realize it was going to happen. Synergy that worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it was really good. And I'll tell you, Brett, Mateo said one of the highlights of the weekend was getting to hang out with you. He really liked hanging out with you.
Oh, I liked him too. That was one of my favorite things.
You're stuck with us now. You're gonna have to do meals with us and stuff at cons.
Hell yeah! And then now I get to meet Jim. This is like paradise for me.
We're gonna do it, man. What's your next show? What do you got this year?
I've got Denver, and then I've got Boston, San Diego, New York, and I think there's one more in there that I have forgotten.
Okay, so New York then. New York.
Yes.
And I'll see you at Boston too. We'll kick it there.
Yeah.
When is the Boston show?
It's the first weekend in August, like the 6th through the 8th or something like that. 7th through the 9th, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. I'm gonna go up to New York. I'm taking Zoe with me on that trip. Go to New York, we'll go to Jason's, and then we'll drive up to Boston with Jason and do the show.
Nice.
That's perfect. You guys, Animal representing Black Flag there. He's got the Batman button.
Oh, Jim, hold on, pull back. That is sick, dude.
Awesome.
You are crushing it, man. You
did
that in an hour.
He's my favorite. Like,
I knew that.
They can give Henson, if you guys are watching, you can give me a Muppets book or an Animal book. Animal just in hell playing the drums.
Oh my God,
Jim,
this is a bootleg. Army or something? This is a bootleg. You have to do this one. This sounds too good to be true.
That's my next book.
Actually, yes. Let's talk about that. So obviously Animal is Jim's favorite Muppet. Brett, do you have a favorite Muppet?
Ooh, that's I have become a Pepe fan. There's something so wrong about him that I really enjoy.
Have you looked at my name in the stream here?
No. Oh, Pepe. King, that's right.
King Shawn.
Okay.
King Shawn.
That's a good name.
Okay. I love Pepe. He's definitely. So I was going to say my favorite Muppet, long-time standing Muppet, would be Gonzo, but because Pepe's a newer one. But once I met Pepe, I was like, oh my God, I love this fucking Muppet.
Yeah.
Is Pepe OG? Is he part of the original line?
No, that's what I'm saying. He's not.
He's new. He's newer. Yeah,
newer. I want to say his debut was the pirate one, I think, because they needed some aquatic animal puppets for that one. The Muppets. What was that? Muppets Pirates of the Caribbean? Is that what it was?
Oh, yeah. That sounds right. Yeah.
So I think he was created for that, but then they made the Gonzo origin story, which for me is like the greatest Muppet movie of all time.
That one was
Muppets in Space. That was great. So Pepe in that. So Pepe, Gonzo, and Ratso are like this comedic trio that cannot be beat. Three of them together are the best.
Right.
Pretty awesome. Yes, I would agree.
And I want to talk about this. I've been waiting to talk about this with some adults. The best thing the Muppets ever did was that show. It only lasted one season called The Muppets. It was like The Office, but the Muppets. Did you guys watch this?
No.
Dude, this is the best thing the Muppets have ever done because it's scripted for adults. It's not like dirty, but it's for adults. And it's like The Office, but it's the Muppet Show. And it is.
I didn't even know about
Jim, you got to watch this. It is incredible. But there's Brett, did you watch this?
I no.
Oh my god, you guys are! I'm seriously, it's the best thing the Muppets have ever done. It's hilarious, it's awesome, and there are moments where the story is written so well. Like there's one episode that Dave Grohl is on because they still have their musical acts on, and he has a drum battle with Animal.
Oh
But
shit!
the whole episode is about Gonzo's having like this midlife crisis about what his purpose is, and he's going to do this big like performance of him being blasted out of a cannon from the roof of one building in LA to the roof of another building, and the drum battle gets so wild that the camera crew stays on them and nobody's watching Gonzo, and it's a absolutely life-risking stunt he's pulling. He could die on this and nobody's watching, and he still does it, and it's just this beautiful moment of when he's flying through the air and like he discovers his purpose.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear about this
I'm
show.
a big fan. Oh my god, dude, you got to watch it. It's hilarious. And Pepe's in it. So the writer's room is Pepe and Ratso.
Nice.
It's awesome. I'm surprised you guys haven't seen it. Yeah, I've been waiting because like Zoe has, like, I raised her, well, both my kids, with a real love for Muppets and Fraggle Rock and all that. And Zoe and I just could not believe how good that show was. And then it got canned after one season.
What was that on the Disney
channel? Yeah, it was on. Yeah, it was on Disney. Yeah,
because they own the Muppets.
Yeah.
Well, dude, we're all old enough that I was watching the original Muppet show in the early 80s as a kid with my older sister. It would always come on right when my mom was like preparing dinner for us, you know? So it'd be almost dinner time. Muppet show would come on. My sister and I would watch as much as we could. And one of the most disturbing childhood early memories of me being scared and freaked out by horror before I learned how to love horror was, you guys remember the episode where Alice Cooper showed up?
Yeah.
And he sings "Welcome to My Nightmare" to Miss Piggy. And that, when I saw that as a child, that was like deeply disturbing and scary to me. I didn't know what was going on. Like I just found that, I didn't know who Alice Cooper was, but I found that to be very, very scary.
You know, it's funny, since you say that, there was some Muppet shit that freaked me out. And for me, the Muppet Shows thing that freaked me out the most was when they did the Phantom of the Opera episode.
Oh, yes.
I was terrified watching that.
Yeah.
And also what's funny is Beaker used to scare the living crap out of me.
Really?
So that's kind of why I chose to draw him tonight. Yeah, like scared the crap out of me. The minute I saw that lab, I left the room. I was like, I'm out. I'll come back after this skit.
Oh, I always liked him. I always thought he was like silly.
Because he was getting like tortured and his eyes were big and he just scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I could see that as well. Because the doctor is sort of a mad scientist.
Yeah, Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
Yeah, there you go. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
dude, the Muppet. That's what I'm saying. Like the Muppet Show and all the Muppet stuff was like, that was everything to me growing up. I mean, we watched those shows religiously when they were on. It was on right before Solid Gold.
Oh wow! Yeah,
I
that's
remember
another.
It always ended, and then it would cut to the Solid Gold dancers.
That's a deep cut. That hosted by Dionne Warwick.
Yep, that's right.
By the way, no one under 47 knows what we're talking about.
No, of course not. Of course not.
This is all Gen X like bullshit.
Alex asked, did this inspire Dr. Pumpenstein? Sure. Yeah, I could see that.
Oh, right.
Okay, someone said the Yip Yip alien Muppets freaked them out. I could see that. They didn't freak me out, but I could see that being freaky. Sesame Street freaked me out. This is a good one. So there was one time my mom left me upstairs in the room watching Sesame Street while she went downstairs to make lunch. and she's downstairs making lunch, and she just hears me screaming for her.
Oh,
and
shit.
she comes up, and I'm standing behind the television because I'm so scared of. It was a Sesame Street skit about the letter S, and it was Sammy the Snake was the character, and he would just sing about the letter S. But it was a pitch black screen. He had a pointy head and a long ass tongue and a Fruit Loop body. And I thought he was talking to me, and I lost my ever loving shit.
Wow.
Yeah. I sort of remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've Googled it in my adult years and watched it and be like, what is wrong with me?
Well, no, it's weird, man, because I feel like in the late 70s, early 80s, there was a lot of odd and disturbing things that people could still put into children's entertainment. Because I remember being disturbed by that show, The Letter People. That was really weird.
Wait, what's The Letter People?
Did you guys not have that?
No.
We had it on PBS in St. Louis, and it was like either before or after the Electric Company. You had Electric Company, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That was Morgan Freeman.
Yes, and the live action Spider-Man.
Yeah, I love that. Oh yeah.
The Spidey stories or whatever they were called.
The silent
where
Spider-Man.
he didn't speak. Yeah, he did not. He did not talk. Letter People was it was like a knockoff of the Muppets. It was puppets, but it was
oh my god, that sounds
odd.
horrifying.
It was like odd and disturbing.
Yeah, I would have been terrified of that. That's right up my horror line.
Well,
Right.
I don't know if you guys remember the first episode, but Harry Belafonte, like the first series.
Yeah.
He has one where he comes out and all these African puppets sing with him.
Yeah, I remember this.
That about blew my mind, where I was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And I've been in love with African masks and all that kind of stuff since then. And like that one is the one that blew me away.
That one felt like that felt like you were seeing the artist in Jim Henson when you saw that, because it was almost like a performance. Like the shapes of those masks and those puppets was so foreign to anything I'd ever seen. Yeah, that was crazy.
It was so cool.
Yeah. The most epic Muppet show was when Luke Skywalker made his cameo.
Yeah.
That as a kid, I was like, oh my God, they're crossing over. Like the worlds are connected, you know?
Yeah.
I think 3PO and R2D2 showed up on that as well.
I think you're right about that. Do you guys have a favorite skit from the Muppet Show?
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Go ahead, Brett.
I don't know, but one of my favorites is, I don't know if you can see that, but I still have.
Oh, dude,
shit.
I saw this in person.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Jim, I saw this in person at the con and lost my fucking mind.
It carries all of my art pens at the show.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic, man. Brett, is that your original one you've had since you?
I had it, but no, that one was gone, and I went and sought it out and bought it online. So it's the one I did have, but that is not my original.
Yeah.
I wish.
I did that with like the very first comic book I ever owned. I lost it at one point, and then I just wound up like rebuying it just so I had it.
I had a long box stolen from me when I moved from LA to Texas for my first game.
Oh no!
And so I've been slowly collecting all of the ones, but I can't get the Ninja Turtles because they're too expensive. But I had the whole first run of all the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
all stolen.
Man,
that sucks.
Good times.
I still have all those. Those are precious to me. The original Mirage run.
Yep.
They're so special to me. They're some of the few comics I have that are actually bagged and boarded.
Nice.
You know, because the rest of my comics are just reader copies. They're just thrown in boxes, which would probably make collectors lose their mind and tear their hair out. But all my Kirby New Gods comics and all my Turtles comics are bagged and boarded just so they stay nice. You know. You got to respect. You got to show respect. You got to.
Absolutely.
So,
all right. I definitely have a favorite Muppet skit. It was the Charlie Daniels band doing Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Oh, right.
I thought that was just the best. Like, it told a full story. It was imaginative. The music was good, and it was awesome. And the way they used the black light when the demons were playing music, oh, I love that. It was so psychedelic and weird.
Yes, that's the weirdness you were allowed to do or back then, right? It's
totally
yeah, strange things, man. Even going to see, like, you know, we saw Raiders of the Lost Ark when it came out. We were little kids watching those faces.
Oh my god, dude, that was the most intense thing I'd ever seen when I was a kid. Like, watching that was like face melt. I was like, what the fuck? This is gory as gory gets.
Yeah, that was my first exposure to gore, basically. Was
me too.
Was that movie.
Well,
I loved it,
Temple
though.
of Doom created the PG-13.
Yes, yeah.
So that's
wait, Temple of Doom did? I thought it was that movie Dreamscape was the first PG-13 movie.
No, well, yes, but Temple of Doom is the one that made them realize that they needed to create a PG-13 because it was way beyond.
Too many parents were complaining after the movie came out, right? I think that's what it was with Temple of Doom. People were like, we love Spielberg, like, he's a genius, but there's like hearts getting ripped out and child slavery and my dad took me
about the child slavery. I forgot.
Yeah, dude, it's intense. And my dad took me and my sister to see it in the theater right when it came out, and the scene where the first dude gets his heart ripped out. My dad turns to me and my sister and goes, "You guys better not be having nightmares tonight." Like, God damn it, what is this movie? Like, what's going on? And me and my sister were like, oh shit, this is darker than Raiders. Oh shit.
Well, the first scene where they're eating the monkey brains was so cartoonish. It wasn't like disturbing.
Right.
The heart stuff got pretty gross.
Yeah, man. They the 80s, they were going for it. But it's funny to think that Spielberg, there's these horror elements in Temple of Doom.
Oh, dude, Jaws? Yeah.
Yeah.
And his first movie, what was that called? Duel? About the truck?
Oh, the made-for-TV movie. Yeah. That's a great movie.
That's an intense movie, man.
He also...
Wasn't his first one 1952, was that his first movie?
Oh, 1942. That was the comedy he did. He did that right after E.T., I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was John Belushi, right?
Yeah. Or maybe before E.T. That's considered one of Spielberg's only failures. Like, that movie didn't work. It didn't catch on.
Yeah.
Right.
Brett, are you a movie watcher when you are working in studio? Are you like a music guy, or what do you?
I do both. I usually have music will be first, but if I'm just painting by numbers and I don't have to really concentrate, I'll watch a movie or something. But if I have to concentrate, I have to listen to like music in the background that doesn't have too much going on, because my little tiny brain can't handle it.
Well, I think that's true of anyone doing thumbnails. Like, that is such a high level of concentration. I just think you can't have anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, when I'm writing and doing my layouts and stuff, like, it's just low volume instrumental music in the background.
Yep.
You know, that's what makes it feel like homework, where I am like, man, I really want to ink these pages. I really want to just get to the Bristol board and make my comic. It's all patience.
Just a little patience.
That Brett, that's when I turn on the GNR when I'm on the inking phase. Then I rock
There
out
we go.
to the GNR and
Nice.
That's when Jim's
put on
take you down to Paradise City.
I put on November Rain and I put on my robe, my flowing robe, and I start inking my comics, yo.
I got a Guns N' Roses story. You want a Guns N' Roses story?
Yeah, we do.
So I was raised in a pretty strict household, raised Mormon. So no rock music, none of that kind of stuff. And my history teacher knew this about me, and he hands me a tape before that album was out. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
Oh shit!
Hands it to me. This is about 2 months before it came out. Had no idea because they were in Seattle, like they weren't a big deal, so it wasn't like an LA thing. And he's like, "Here, take this. This is my nephew's band, and I can't stand this crap.
Damn!
Don't tell your parents."
Oh my God, no!
This is Mr. McKagan. Mr. McKagan. Duff McKagan.
Yes.
Oh shit!
And so he gives it to me, and he's like, "Don't tell your parents. I didn't give it to you, and we're never going to talk about this again." And so I listened to it, blown away. This is the most amazing experience in the world. At the end of the year, he comes back and he's like, "Brett, drugs are awful. Don't get into drugs. It's the saddest thing watching my nephew. I don't even know him anymore." And that was it. That was our entire conversation. We never talked about it again. I always saw him in the hall, but we never talked about his nephew because he was going through that. You know, they made it big, and then Duff had that really bad time, and it was. Yeah. But I remember every moment of that because I'm like, you blew my mind with this music. I couldn't get in my own household. I love this album. I love everything about it. It made me explode into all the music scene, and all because of Mr. McKagan, my history teacher back in like 9th grade.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
holy
that's
shit,
wild, man. That's wild.
Yeah, and those guys, I mean,
yeah, they took it to the limit.
If there was an example of a debaucherous band, I mean, they're definitely up there.
I think every LA hair band you could say that about.
Yeah. Shawn, have you ever been to Cantor's Deli, the Jewish deli on?
No,
Fairfax?
I know all about it, but I haven't been to LA that much in my life, and I've never been to Cantor's.
Okay, because Slash used to be like a dishwasher and a busboy at Cantor's, and his mom was like a famous waitress who worked there for like many years, for decades, I think.
No shit.
So
I didn't know that.
There's this great history with Guns N' Roses and Cantor's, and we would sometimes end up there when I lived there, late night style after partying, and you would just see random famous people in Cantor's, and it'd be like, oh shit, there's so and so, there's just this like rich history of rock and roll shenanigans that went on at that place,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I've never been.
We'll go.
Yeah, I would like to. And speaking of delis, I'm craving some cats, Jim. It can't come.
Oh, cat, yeah.
Our cats.
Yeah. Let's go there with Brett when we're all in New York in October.
Definitely. Yeah. Brett, have you been to Cats?
Nope.
All right. We'll have to
now, Brett. I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. I'm just gonna say it. You got to go with the Jewish person, and Shawn's Jewish.
Oh,
so go with a Jewish guy. He has the secret handshakes that'll get us in the front row. He knows the proper. They put us in the VIP proper seating. They get us the high end pastrami. Like,
nice.
Trust me, the VIP pastrami.
All this time, I've been getting bullshit pastrami.
Yes. So now you know, dude. We're gonna go with Shawn. It'll all be great. Yeah.
It'll be wonderful.
Trust me on this.
I trust.
Yeah, that pastrami, man, is next level.
Oh God, dude. Well, Brett and I shared what I think might be the best burger I've ever had. We had one in Dallas.
Shared as in like Lady and Tramped it. We held up the sandwich on each end. Well, full share, people. I didn't break eye contact.
That's amazing.
Well, Jim, we're at the barbecue place. It's me, Brett, Mateo, and Michael Calero, our buddy from Massive.
Oh yeah.
And we're looking over the menu, and one of the waitresses who works there comes over. Have you guys been here before? We're like, no. And I think Brett asked her, what do you recommend? And she goes, the burger. And I'm like, at a barbecue joint? She's like, yeah. So what they do is they take the smoked brisket, they chop it up like chopped brisket style. They don't grind it. They just chop it up, and then they smash it into a patty. And so it gets super crunchy on the outside, and then the inside is brisket. And
oh my God.
She's like, she said, I get it every shift meal. I was like, all right. So Brett and I split a meat tray, and then we split a burger.
Holy shit.
We all agreed the burger was the best thing we had, and everything was delicious. The brisket, everything was great. But that burger was something else. So Brett, I didn't tell you this. I took my brother-in-law back there. I sent you the picture.
Yeah, you sent me a picture. Yeah.
Yeah. So Monday at around 12 o'clock, Mateo had to head to the airport. I was staying an extra night with my brother-in-law, so he picked me up, and I told him about the burger because me, Mateo, my brother-in-law, and my sister-in-law grabbed dinner the night before. They took us to a Mexican spot they love, which was delicious. But my brother-in-law, and she's a vegan, so we didn't go for barbecue. So my brother-in-law, I told him about the burger, so he picks me up. I'm like, you want that burger, don't you? He goes, yeah. So he picks me up. We smoke a bowl. We go to the barbecue joint. And Brett, guess what I ordered?
You ordered the brisket, and I also know what else you ordered because you told me about it. I'll let you reveal.
No, I got the burger.
Yeah, you got the burger, but then you also
yeah, okay. Oh, no, my brother-in-law got this. So there's a thing called a Texas Twinkie. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
All right.
Texas Twinkie?
Apparently, this is a Texan barbecue thing. I'd never heard of it. It's a giant jalapeno that's emptied out, stuffed with smoked brisket and cream cheese, wrapped in bacon, covered in barbecue sauce, and smoked until the bacon gets like crunchy and the barbecue sauce gets all caramelized on the outside, and that's your Texas Twinkie.
Oh my God.
Good thing we're not talking about all this at dinner time. That would be hard to draw and concentrate.
Just quickly, guys, we got a $10 super chat from West Coast Dave. He said, Shawn, if you don't go to Ruby Rosa in New York this year, you're dead to me.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, that's the Italian.
Are we taking threats now, or is that kind of like what you guys do? Is just
for a minimum of $10.
This is a friend of ours, Dave. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dave. So, Dave, this is the pizza place you told me about, the Italian spot. Is that correct? Because I'll definitely go. Just let me know in the chat there if we're talking about the same thing. I remember
he seems serious about it. You better.
Well, he said yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll go there for pizza. I promise you.
So the big question is the big question is always like, when you guys are going to these crazy meat places, what the hell does Mateo eat?
Here's the funny thing, because when Brett found out Mateo was a vegetarian, he was like, "Oh my God, we should not be here. Like, this is not right." Mateo loves barbecue joints because of the sides. Like when he comes to visit me,
that's right.
I have a local barbecue spot. He wants to eat there every night. He likes the grilled pineapple. He likes the tomato and cucumbers, the mac and cheese. Like, he loves all that shit. So he's happy as can be in a barbecue joint.
Okay, that's right. What a trooper.
He really is. He's a vegetarian, but he goes wherever the fuck we want to go and has a great time.
And I say it every time. I say it every time, but I mean, what kind of an Italian does not drink coffee or eat meat? I mean, come on.
I know. Especially
come on.
A healthy one?
Well,
look, good point. Smoking every 5 minutes. Let's not call Mateo healthy.
Well, that's the one thing he does right as a European. He's got the smoking thing. He's doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very European, but it's like, dude, get rid of the smokes and grab an espresso with us.
Yeah. Now, Jim, I texted you from that breakfast. I don't know what's going on in Dallas, but I had some of the best espresso and cappuccino I've had outside of Italy in Dallas. I don't know what that's about.
That's surprising.
I was blown away. Just blown away.
Good to know.
Away.
Yeah.
Blown away.
I thought it was just okay.
Okay.
But
Are you a coffee snob, Brett? Are you a coffee guy?
Snob's a strong word, but I can tell the difference between a good job and a bad job.
But Brett, to be fair, you didn't go to the spots I went to for that.
That's true, but I thought you were talking about that one that we went to. My bad.
Oh, no. That was just like surprising to me that it was decent.
Okay, I take it back. Can you roll tape,
surprised.
go backwards, and just say?
So, do you remember when we pulled up to the barbecue place and I looked across at that farmers market area and said, "Look, there's an Italian coffee spot there."
Mm-hmm.
I went there with my brother-in-law, and they made an espresso that really kind of was incredibly delicious.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Legit.
And then the breakfast I went to the first day, we went to this bakery, me, Matteo, and our art dealer Jason, and I got a cappuccino there that was really like blowing my mind because it wasn't a latte. It was actually a cappuccino, which I can never find in this country.
Oh, right. So you mentioned earlier about Fan Expo. Like, is Fan Expo? It's its own kind of show, right? It's its own kind of vibe.
Yeah, very much so. We had a decent show. Wasn't a terrible show, but it's a whole different vibe. It's really focused on the celebrities.
That's right. Show. Okay. Yeah. So was there a lot of comic book guests there? Did they have a nice roster of talent?
I mean, not a ton, but they had some good. Yeah, they had some really good talent there.
Okay.
They had Shawn there.
They had
Shawn was there.
And they had Matteo there, so you pretty much have everything.
Right. You're like, well, they had the three of us, so that's that.
Our friends, the Glapions, were there, so we hung out with them.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those guys are great.
We had a good time with them. Cully was there with us with Essential Sequential.
Sweet.
So we kicked it with Cully a bit. It was like Ryan Otley was there. Who else was there?
Awesome.
Frank Miller, I think, was there. Greg Capullo, Scott Snyder.
Oh shit! Okay.
But these are all people who have like deals with with Fan Expo to like have a certain amount of appearances throughout the year.
Right.
But yeah, it was decent.
I don't think I've done any of their shows. I don't know. It all blurs together, but I
mean, yeah, like I wouldn't have done it if. I mean, the only reason I really did it was because Matteo was going. I was like, I gotta go see Matteo, so I'll go to that show.
Definitely. Brett, as far as go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the only reason I'm doing Boston is because I'm trying to like do a couple shows with Zoe a year, and we really wanted to do Terrificon, but Terrificon blew their budget on other people, so Jason was like, Fan Expo wants to have us. So I was like, all right, we'll go there to Boston.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
And what were you going to ask?
Oh, Brett, when you're in reference to your creator-owned book, is there certain subject matter, like without getting into the book, is there certain stories and subject matter that you're most excited about exploring? Like superhero or action, adventure, horror, fantasy? Like, do you have a genre?
For this one, it's humor and medieval fantasy. So think of like Lord of the Rings and Conan meets Looney Tunes and the Muppets.
Oh wow! Okay, cool.
God, that sounds so good.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, and I've got a couple other ones after that. But that jumps. It's basically there's a nugget that I think about on my walks, and then I just start to break down the nugget. And so it doesn't. I've got one with sci-fi. I've always wanted to do a sci-fi one, and I've got one about like vampires as well. So
nice. Okay.
So I just have a couple things, and then I just kind of wait until one of them comes up to the surface, and I find a character that I believe in, because it's like if I believe in it, then maybe other people will too, and kind of go from there. So
yes.
Wait, I got Michael T saying I don't know anything about coffee, and I'm just gonna tell you you're dead wrong, Michael. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
He's saying you don't know about coffee?
Yeah, he said, shots fired. You don't know anything about coffee, Shawn.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. I don't know, man.
It seems like, your show is about coming on and making fun of you guys and calling you out.
I think that was because Brett said the coffee wasn't great.
I see.
Oh, so I'm part of this?
Don't get involved,
it sounds like
Brett.
It sounds like it's your fault, Brett, to be honest. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, man. Thanks, Shrek.
Right.
Was that me? Oh, no, I'm catching strays. Fucking hell, guys.
Now that's just fired.
I'm just trying to do my job, guys. Come on.
Come on, Donkey. I'm just trying to do a job.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Brett, you are towing a line.
I'm kidding.
It's getting live in here tonight.
There was a taste of this before the show. I feared it would come.
Brett,
aren't you happy it took this long?
I'm pretty proud of you, Brett. You held out longer than Shawn normally does, so I'll give you that.
That is true. That is true.
I'm just actually jealous because I wish I had like a voice like yours. I think it's nice. It's sexy. I like it. I'm just jealous.
You don't, Brett.
What does Jamie's voice sound like? I'm just curious.
Don't even get this started now. Jamie, remember you have the power to mute people's mics. And
Jim, I just want to praise you, right? Because in the year of this show, you've never attempted it, I don't think, and I respect that about you. I'll go the other way, right? I'll praise you for not doing it.
Hey, I have too much respect, man. Shawn is...
If not for you, Jamie would probably leave the show. Because if it was just me,
that's true. That is actually true. That is actually true. Yeah, I'm keeping this whole thing afloat, you guys. I'm keeping this whole thing.
It's keeping it going, Jamie.
Together. Oh God.
See, Brett, you
I'm giving it all I got, Captain. Come on, you got to give me that one. Come on.
Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Thank you. All right.
That was awesome. Oh, it's so good.
Too much abuse.
You guys cracking me up.
Oh Lord.
That was a hint, Shawn. That was a hint right there.
What was the hint?
Crack me up. That's how you guys do it.
Oh, all right. That was unintentional. I can't.
Why does every American that does a Scottish accent sounds like they're in pain? Why?
Because you all sound like you're in pain?
Dude, what? No, I don't talk like this, Shawn. I don't talk like this all the time.
Just when I have to poop.
Exactly.
Get it out of me.
This is incredible.
Somebody help.
If you're tuning in to the show for the first time, this is probably your last time tuning in to the show.
Sorry about
it's
that.
Okay. It's okay.
This is how we spend our 1-year anniversary, getting Jamie to quit.
Oh, dude, if that's what happens,
Jim would never forgive me. Jamie, if you leave the show because of me, I will lose my brother as a friend.
Yeah.
He will never.
That's a new sense of power right there. By the way, we got a $10 super chat from West Coast Dave. Said, "Get him, Jamie." I'll take that. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you,
Dave.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't take any shit from me, man.
Brett, your accent's been the best so far. I'll give you that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, Jamie.
The animation background, David.
Jamie's a traitorous bitch.
So Brett, have you done voiceover?
No, but I actually, so in high school, I tried to convince my best friend to move out to LA and do improv. So I've taken improv classes. I wanted to be a comedian. And then I was about to steal my dad's car and I was going to go make my fame and fortune. And he chickened out and he didn't show up to the house. And so I went back upstairs and found another way and became an artist. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So I've taken improv classes and done all that kind of stuff and acting, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So
yes, okay, because there's a lot of animators I know that voice their own stuff and do basically everything as far as like production goes.
Yep.
Just become a one-stop. Yeah, become like a one-stop shop for your own shit.
Yeah, it's just problem solving is all it is, right? You just find the next thing and solve it. It's just like comics.
Yes.
Like, what do I got to solve today? Okay, let's see what we have to do with that.
Exactly. Like, I need to sound like a Scotsman today, so let me bust out my
Oh
accent.
God.
Jamie just let that one fly by.
Jim almost steered this conversation in the right direction. Almost.
I know. I was trying. Fuck, man.
Hey, just remember, this is very one-sided. I had nothing to do with this one.
Right.
You're forgiven this time, Brett. This time.
Thank you. Whoa. All right.
Oh, this is too good.
What a day. Oh yeah. Let's check out what
I'm still
doing.
a bit. What's that?
Let's check out what everybody's doing.
Yeah, totally. I'm still a bit like foggy from being at a con all weekend. Oh, Jim, that's killer.
That's awesome.
Getting loose.
Such a cool
drums.
Oh, I love the drums. Dude, that's sick.
I love those lines. That's great.
There he is. Oh, and he's got the Sid Vicious lock chain on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Gotta have it.
Let's see your piece.
Shawn, what do you got?
Let's see it in all its glory.
I'm putting some white in it now.
Oh yeah.
You're like freaking out.
Super graphic.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Lots of little textures going on.
That's awesome, man. Brett, can we see the magic?
Sure. Oh yeah.
Can you flip that upside down so we can see it right side up? There we go.
Oh man.
Hell
that's
yeah.
Awesome.
It's so
That's
good.
amazing.
Oh, that's so good. That is so good.
That pose, man. That pose says it all. It's great.
I don't want to be here anymore.
So in that Muppet show, Fozzie's got a human girlfriend whose parents think it's so wrong that their daughter's dating a puppet. Like, it's nice show, man. It's a really good show.
I'll check it out.
That's too much, man. They did a what's the kid's name from the Judd Apatow crew? Jason.
Oh,
something?
Jason Segel did some movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one wasn't bad. Like those, I took my kids to those movies and they enjoyed them and they were good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some funny stuff in those.
The second one I thought was funnier with the Russian Muppet that was Kermit's like criminal twin. The only difference was he had a mustache.
Oh, no shit.
That's the one I didn't like.
Oh yeah, that was called The Muppets Most Wanted. And so when he put the mustache on, no one thought of him as Kermit, but when he takes it off, everyone thinks he's Kermit. and Ricky Gervais is in that one, and he's hilarious in it.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I recommend that one. Those are two solid Muppet films. And some of the movie takes place in a Russian gulag, and there's this like wall.
What?
Yeah, because the Russian criminal guy, they break him out of there, and there's this wall where when you misbehave in the gulag, it's like this big wall of ice. They stick you on it, so it's this big wall with Muppets stuck to it all over the place, and they have a whole singing number, and it's pretty cool.
Holy
cool.
shit, man! Okay,
yeah, I like that one.
And the Henson Studio made the Ninja Turtles costumes for the first Ninja Turtles movie, the 1991.
Yes, they did.
You guys remember that?
Yeah, totally, of course. Totally.
They actually have they had one of those at the studio when I was there, and I got to get up close to it. It was very cool.
Oh no shit! Is it still held together? It hasn't
held together with hopes and dreams.
Yeah, right. Right.
Hopes and dreams. That's funny.
I've seen documentary stuff on the making of that first movie, and it was like Henson wanted to be involved, but when he saw the original comics, he was a little hesitant just because, you know, the violence and stuff like that. He recognized it as being something a bit, you know, gritty, but I think his son was, you know, obviously he was a young man, was super into it and knew it would be like a hit. I think his son might have helped kind of convince him, but yeah, it's just interesting to have that crossover, like Eastman and Laird with Jim Henson. It's wild.
Back then, I can't really even think of another company that could have pulled off Ninja Turtle puppets. There wasn't really anybody else doing anything.
Right. Yeah, man, right? It was like so limited then.
Right? Yeah, totally. And there was no such thing as CG.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible to think like everything still had to be practical. You know.
And most of that stuff holds up much better.
Yeah, that's just it's a whole other era, you know. I had the Goonies on the other day when I was working for no particular reason.
Yeah.
But it's just funny to like, I would look up every now and then and watch parts of the movie, but it's just funny to watch something and be like, wow, every single part of this movie was made by humans, like made by hand.
Right.
All the sets are sets and all the, I mean, there's matte paintings with the pirate ship and stuff like that, but it's like humans painted those matte paintings though, you know, and all the gadgets that Data has, his little belt that opens and shoots out ropes and all that shit. It's like someone had to make all of that. It's all the craft of it, you know, is very obvious.
Yeah, I love that shit. I'm all about that shit.
So great.
Doing a little Mafu splatter action here.
Oh shit. There's a toothbrush happening.
Hell yeah.
Nice, man.
Brushing my teeth.
Has anyone ever come into your guys' studio and seen toothbrushes and they're like, what's going on with those? Like, you're not actually using those, are you, for dental hygiene?
I get a lot of weird looks because, you know, my kids are still young. And so when other like parents come over, like our house is the the weird house. So I've got like original art, and I've got
cool. Okay, yeah.
So I've got that house where it's like the kids enjoy it, but the parents come over going like, I don't know how to take you.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had that too. We actually Zoe had a birthday one year that she wanted to make vampire and goth themed, and so we got a bunch of like cool stuff to hang up, and then we just kept it there. Like, this is kind of a cool vibe.
That's awesome. Yeah. Just keep it up, man. It's like I used to always have Christmas lights in all my apartments just because I like that style of lighting, but it looks very college style, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. We have that too. Yeah, we kept those lights up too. It's like a soothing light, those lights.
Yeah, because I don't want like natural, like overhead lighting usually sucks, you know.
Yeah.
So then what did you guys do at Christmas? Just add more?
Just add a little
Shawn?
spirit, man. It's totally good.
Well, I mean, we didn't have Christmas. Like, being Jewish, I didn't have Christmas, so it was
True.
that was it.
How sad.
Did my
What the
little
hell?
stand.
We just put up 15 menorahs in its place.
Bitch, we were getting 8 days of presents. I was not feeling left out at all.
True.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Were you hanging out with Christian kids in school, Shawn, and being like,
Oh, yeah, mostly.
This is my 7th day of getting
Yeah,
corrected."
totally. They're like, what? You get 8 days? Yeah.
I have to get divorced just to get 2.
Right. The sad kid in class. Yeah. That's crazy. That's awesome. That poor boy.
All right, I'm done with my homie.
He's good to
It
go.
looks so good, man. All of these pieces look beautiful.
Yeah, let me,
Yeah.
there you go. Beaker.
Nice, dude.
Let me show you guys. People are going nuts over these stamps I'm using, where you can see the dot patterns, and so getting a lot of DMs. There's an artist I've been speaking to who's made some, and I'm going to order them. Brett has those ones, but I've been using these that Jason, Shawn, Alexander made. You can see his little JSA logo on them. And I made a post with it and credited Jason, and he said he saw all the comments. I was like, dude, you want, because he doesn't sell these. He just made a few and gave them to friends. Jim, did you get some of these?
I did, and then you know it sucks, man. After New York that year, I went to Belgium,
right?
And I lost them in my travels.
Oh, that sucks.
I was bummed. They're probably in a hotel room in Brussels.
Yeah, so I asked him, I was like, dude, are you going to make more? He said he has his assistant looking into it, but I'm going to talk with Jason further about it, because if he doesn't feel like dealing with it, it might be something that maybe we can carry in the Inkpulp store, the Jason, Shawn, Alexander stamps. And
oh man, that would be awesome.
Hand field orders. So I'm going to talk to Jason, because everyone is freaking out, like asking about them, and I love using them. So, and Brett, you said you liked the ones I was using. You said, Brett, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll check them out.
Yeah, Jason could start a little side business with those, man.
I mean, he could have a nice little business with that.
Let's get Jason Shawn paid.
And then we can also get the community to be doing more handmade art.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Coughing.
This guy pretty close to being done, I think.
Yeah, that came out great, Jim. Damn.
I think I'm gonna rock a little hand cut zipatone in like the nose and maybe the tongue.
Yeah, that would look cool.
After the fact, maybe behind him on the motion circles, but little couple spot, and then a little bit of spattering down here will also occur. But yeah, super fun, dude. Muppets, what a good theme for a show.
Yeah, what a great theme for a show. And Brett,
Good
you
job,
killed
guys.
it. You killed it.
Dude, that looks great. Are you happy, Brett? Are you happy with those markers? It's a Prismacolor?
I really like the Prismacolors, but I'm just starting to get into the Olos. They sent me some, so I'm going to check out that. And I like all of them, but this one is the one I kind of started with.
Yeah.
So it's one of those just like I've gotten used to it, sort of thing. So.
Oh, and you guys, I just remembered, Brett. Before we take off, can you show us some of the stack of the art that you made that you were showing us before the stream?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, God, yeah.
All right, so here are some ones that.
There's some drawings that the people need to see, man.
Oh,
yeah.
One. That one there. Can you see that
Dude,
one?
that Predator is sick.
That's awesome, man.
So good.
And then I got his cohort, his friend
Oh,
there.
That's great.
That's sick too.
And then got that one.
Yes,
there.
that one
Oh
is
my
amazing. That lettering.
Brett had a skull in his portfolio with some lyrics around it that was really good. I almost bought that one.
That one.
That's beautiful, man.
Is that Primal?
Close enough. Yeah, I had not seen Primal.
Oh, wow.
But of course, there's sensibilities. It's basically kind of like a Conan Tarzan guy with.
Yeah.
So it all kind of fits within the same universe. And I did this silly one where it's.
God, dude, that's awesome.
That's
Holy
amazing.
shit.
So so he's shoving the cross in and he's punching him. So it's Jesus versus the devil.
That is
awesome.
fantastic, man.
Dude, Brett also
had awesome.
Yeah, Brett also had a drawing of the devil from Legend in his portfolio. That was insane.
That's a great character.
I do have that one. Yeah, I do have that one too. Yeah.
Dude, Brett, quick question. Can you show the devil Jesus one again real quick?
Yeah.
This could be a book, dude. That could be the design of these guys. And if it was that level of ridiculous, hilarious violence, like that could actually be a book. Beautiful.
Dave, to answer your question, yes, Brett does sell. Did I show this on air? I bought this from Brett at Dallas.
You showed it?
Yeah, Dave's asking, do you sell online, Brett, or do you just sell at conventions?
I do have some stuff online. What I usually tell people is I make too much art. So if somebody likes something, they have to show me the picture from Instagram. Because I do like blank covers. I actually like blank covers compared to you guys. So I do a lot of those before the shows. And I do a lot of art for myself. So a lot of people, they have to contact me and say, hey, is this one available? And I just let them know how much it is and if it is, or if somebody else has already snagged it. So that's probably the best way. Yeah, it's my Instagram.
I have a feeling you're going to get some DMs in the next day from this show. I'm hoping.
And just quickly, Brett, what is your Instagram? Can you plug the handle?
Brett 2D Bean. So Brett, BRETT, and then the number 2D, and then Bean.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just
somebody already had Brett Bean, which is why 3D, I went 2D because I used to be a 3D artist, so that's why it's 2D.
Nice. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So there you
go. Love the work, dude. So great.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining us tonight, man. This was awesome.
Yeah, we had a nice turnout. That was a fun show. Drew the hell out of some Muppets. That was awesome.
We got to draw the Muppets, man. That was the shit.
It was great getting to know you guys and talk to you too. So I appreciate inviting me out, and especially for your 100th episode. 1, congratulations. That's amazing. And 2, thanks for letting me be a part of it. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We've been doing this a year. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
We did it, guys.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the awesome super chats tonight. They were coming in hard and fast.
Yes.
Just the way Jimmy likes it.
Shut the fuck up. Look, you said Jamie or Jimmy? I was like,
I said Jimmy. I said Jimmy.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
I was like,
said me.
Yeah, I was like, fuck you, dude.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Hell yeah, this was great. Thanks, you guys. We'll talk soon.
Peace.